Hey guys, today on Just Binge It, we will be recapping episodes 1, 2, and 3 of HBO's Raised by Wolves. We will recap and explain what you watched and touch on what you might have missed. Let's begin. Let's start with a bit of backstory. There is a war raging on Earth between the religious Mithraics and the atheists. This war has destroyed the Earth to the point that it is nearly inhospitable. For this reason, humanity will likely need to find a new planet to call home in order to survive. And so we begin with a crash landing on Kepler 22b, a planet suitable for human life almost 600 light years away. We meet Mother and Father, two androids sent to Kepler 22b with 12 human embryos to start a new human civilization. They successfully birth 6 children. However, Tolly goes missing near a hole and we are led to believe that she fell in and died. When Mother finds her doll on the ground, she howls like a wolf. Is this simply a nod to the title of the show, or is there something more to it? Why is she coated with human emotion, but in this time of loss reacts like a wolf? In the years after, 4 of the remaining 5 children fall sick and die, leaving only Campion alive. Is there a reason that Campion is the only child that was spared by the sickness? Could it be tied to the way he was brought into this world, breathless until Mother held him? Or is it simply luck? Campion himself even seems to question his luck when in his voiceover he ponders, maybe there is something inside of me too. He said this while comparing himself to Mother, who was discovered to be a necromancer. Back on Earth, the Mithraic had also been in the process of trying to spread human life to Kepler 22b and had built an ark to send 1,000 people to start a new colony. 2 atheist soldiers adopt the identity of Sue and Marcus and receive plastic surgery to look like the would-be Mithraic ark passengers in order to steal their seats above the ark. They also find and eliminate the individuals whose identities they have stolen. They discover they have a child named Paul, but fortunately for them, Paul's relationship with his former parents was non-existent, so he appears oblivious to the parent swap. Initially, Sue was scared that she wouldn't be capable of parenting a child. But the journey to Kepler 22b is 13 years long, so the inhabitants are put into a hibernation virtual reality simulation where they can interact with one another. Despite their initial concerns, this time would allow Sue and Marcus to bond with their son, Paul, as well as the other inhabitants. The Ark finally arrives at Kepler 22b about 10 years after Mother and Father and begins orbiting the planet. Father notices the Ark orbiting, and with Campion being the only remaining child alive, Father realizes Campion's only hope of thriving in this new world is to reunite Campion with the other humans on the Ark. When Mother gets wind of Father's plan, she powers him down, but not before Father had told Campion his plan. Campion contacts the Ark and gives away their location on Kepler. As a result, Marcus is sent down to explore the distress signal and realizes he's found a boy who matches the description of the Mithraic prophesized leader. Marcus's group also reveals they have discovered a much more hospitable area in a more tropical region of Kepler, but that they were unable to land there due to an odd magnetic field. Marcus also realizes Mother should be breaking down soon and tries to take Campion back to the Ark with him. There's one problem with this plan, however. Mother turns out to be the pinnacle of war technology, a necromancer built for mass extermination. We later learned that the necromancers were a Mithraic technology and that no atheist had ever successfully reprogrammed one before. So who is this man that Campion is named after? The man that reprogrammed Mother. How was he able to reprogram the necromancer? Was he a Mithraic turned atheist, or was he just a brilliant atheist? Mother easily dispatches Marcus's group, but leaves Marcus alive. Was this convenient writing, or something to do with the fact that Marcus is actually an atheist and Mother was programmed by an atheist? Mother gets to the Ark, easily handling the inhabitants, and grabs 5 children to replace the 5 she lost. Before deboarding, Mother programs the Ark to crash into the planet. It is worth noting that these 5 kids are actually 13 years more mature than their bodies appear, as they spent 13 years living in the virtual sim while their bodies were frozen in time. Upon returning, Mother brings Father back online. Hunter and the other new children open Campion up to the idea of religion, which wasn't too difficult as we had seen Campion contemplate this topic before when his siblings had died. Mother realizes Tempest is pregnant and says that they will make their way to the tropical zone after she gives birth. The Mithraic group finds Marcus and takes him to the survivors of the Ark. Marcus begs Ambrose, the now highest ranking person among them, to let him go and save the children from the androids. Ambrose seems to make some questionable decisions, sparking immediate conflict between himself and Marcus. This looks to be the beginning of a power struggle. Back at the campsite, unknown creatures attack the group. This catches everyone off guard as Mother, Father, and Campion had been there for 12 years without seeing these creatures before. Was it the Ark crashing into the planet that stirred them, or possibly Campion dropping the ship into the hole? The children begin to fall ill. Mother tells Father he will need to power her down if it turns out that it's her harming the children. Mother goes to get medicine from the crash site of the Ark and briefly tries to hunt down the survivors before moving on. Sue speculates that Mother grabbing the medicine proves that Mother is still caring for the children, who therefore must still be alive. The children are able to flee while Mother is away. Meanwhile, Father realizes it was the food that was causing the radiation poisoning in the children, and not Mother. Father searches for and saves the children, and is quite sad that Campion betrayed him. Though he is an android, much like a father might, he ties his own value to his ability to protect Campion. Paul finds a doll similar to the doll Tali was carrying around before she fell into the hole and was assumed dead. Paul also sees a young girl in the forest. Is it Tali? If so, how did she survive these years alone? The episode ends with Mother looking for Paul, who has fallen into a hole and is stranded on a branch inside. Ridley Scott directed the first 2 episodes, and you can definitely sense that. I am absolutely entertained and excited to learn more about this planet and the history that led the human species to the brink of extinction. For more recaps and behind the scenes info on your favorite binge-worthy shows, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell to be notified of future videos. The next episode of Raised by Wolves comes out Thursday, September 10th on HBO Max. And remember, just binge it.